You are reducing women to your
The
chattel.
society we live in now, women are permanent prey every single time they leave the house because of all of these liberal, femme-minded,
And why do you
garbage,
think?
girl feels,
Okay.
girl boss,
And why
Netflix,
do you think?
Piers Morgan,
And what?
bullshit.
Okay.
Andrew Tate wrecks Piers Morgan live in this heated debate over women's rights as Piers Morgan tries to attack Andrew Tate, calling him a misogynist, and Andrew Tate fires back, shutting down Piers Morgan's weak shame attempt, citing the terrible results that feminism has brought. Let's get in.
More about that. I want to know more about his background and whether he did this for racially motivated reasons. And the tape is certainly a part of that investigation. But I think when you rush to judgment and you have your platform, it's incredibly dangerous, Andrew. I get so many young men in particular, teenage boys, early 20s, who come up and ask me about you and our interviews and what I actually think about you. You know that. You have a big influence and a big reach. But you
Perhaps the largest.
But yeah, all right. But they hear you make a big rant about protecting women's rights and so on, right? But only today, on your X account, to millions of people, you've said this: stop letting women vote. Stop giving women position as judges. Stop giving women political appointments. As soon as only men run government and law, all the problems disappear. Women now understand that without male protection, they're nothing but victims. You are not a girl boss. There is no such thing. Crying for Iriana is a wake-up call for females. And honestly, I don't think I've ever read a more ludicrously misogynistic, hypocritical load of claptrap in my life.
Answer you
How
then,
can
Piers.
you pretend to be standing up for women's
Let
rights
me answer
when
you,
actually
Piers.
what you want to do is subjugate women of all their rights? How do those two things sit without you being a brazen hypocrite?
You are conflating subjugation with protection. It turns out that it's the big, evil, mean misogynists who say that his woman shouldn't have to work in a pizza parlor or that she can't defend herself on a bus or that she shouldn't be walking outside alone, I should go with her. It's us big, evil, mean misogynists who actually care about women.
You don't even want women to vote.
It is the
You don't even want to give women the right to vote.
The liberals, the Democrats, the idiots who are going to sit there and pretend that a woman should be able to make her own money and take a public transport alone and sit next to a black guy and not worry about it. All of their worldviews led to her murder. I remember when I spoke to you on October 8th, and I said, why women don't have jobs. You said, why don't your women have jobs?
What
My
you're
answer
saying,
is simple, because if they have
what
a
you're
job,
saying
they
is
might
absolute.
get stabbed to death.
Yeah, but Andrew,
because society is broken down. We built society specifically
what you're
for the
saying,
reason that women used to have to walk around with a permanent male chaperone.
Yeah.
And society was built so that women could go outside and interact with the world without a chaperone.
Yeah.
Society was built by evil, misogynistic men. And then these feminists came along and destroyed it all. I believe in protecting women because I don't believe they can fight. If that makes me a misogynist, so be it.
No.
Let me know what you think about Piers Morgan, because he kind of sounds like a soy boy in this, because Andrew Tate is absolutely spitting facts. The larger feminism has grown in society, the more and more problems that have come across it. I believe they're talking about the woman who was attacked on that subway clip. And look, it's Democrat leftist policies that let that guy out of jail 14 times. It was Democrat leftist policies that made that whole city a more dangerous area. Like, everything culminated into that happening. You see the most violence in all of these blue areas, all of these attacks on women, and all Andrew Tate is saying is, why don't we actually try to protect women? Why don't, like, we used to do this. We used to make it a point to absolutely protect the lives and welfare of women. And now that they're independent and they're boss girls and they're completely on their own, they no longer have that protection. And how's that working out? How is that working out for the women nowadays? You know, they keep crying about all these attacks and so forth. Well, guess what? You need a man to protect you because you have no chance against one in a fight. And these shame tactics that you want to call a misogynist, like, oh, you're so terrible because, you know, you just want to subjugate women. This is what you don't get. A man cannot protect something he cannot control, right? Like, you can't protect something you can't control. And the point is to be able to protect it. And that is no longer in society. We have just let women go their own way, and now you are reaping the consequences of that. And feminism is brain rotting more and more women into believing this delusion that they can do it all themselves, they can make it all work on their own, and they absolutely can't. So Piers Morgan can complain all he wants, call Andrew Tate a misogynist, but it's the left's views, it's feminism views that are wrecking dating, wrecking marriages, wrecking society, bringing crime up, destroying cities, allowing for illegal immigration. Like on every metric, it's making society worse because you don't have men, real men, at the helm anymore. But hit that like button, notification bell if you're enjoying the video, and let's get back in.
Women like men who
okay,
protect
let me
them.
respond.
No woman wants to be seen as a man's equal
Andrew,
in the realm of martial combat.
The
and
reason
me saying that is women who vote for these DEI policies,
I'm going to try and talk.
women who vote for liberalism.
I'm going to try and talk.
Women who vote for open
let
borders.
Me talk.
A female judge let him out.
Okay.
And this is a wake-up call to all women to listen to the bad guys.
Oh, they've had the wake-up call.
The bad guys want you alive, and the good guys,
Stop talking.
the wimps, want you stabbed in the neck and dead.
Stop talking. So you, again, just to repeat, you said this today in your rant. Stop letting women vote. Stop giving them positions as judges. Stop giving them political appointments. As soon as only men run government and law, all the problems disappear. Women now understand that without male protection, they're nothing but victims. I can't think, do you even understand how misogynist that is?
Well, let me ask you a question. Who votes for liberalism? Who votes for soft on crime? Who votes for open borders? Who votes for DEI? By and large, male or female, which sex is it?
Wow, you're really doubling down, aren't you?
What was the gender of the judge who let this man out his 14th time in court? Male or female?
Wow.
Female.
Wow.
Why was this woman going to work and riding the tram late alone at night instead of thinking this is dangerous or I need to find a man to take care of me? Why was she doing this? Because she probably believed that she can go and fend for herself and deal with herself out in the world. She doesn't need male protection. Bad things happen when we ignore reality. I'm not a misogynist and I'm not a racist. I am a realist, sir. I am a realist. White people are being subjugated and genocide.
You're blaming
that
this.
is clear.
So just
and
to be
women
clear,
need to understand that it takes a bad guy to beat a bad guy. And the big, evil, mean, toxically masculine misogynist, let me tell you something. I'm the only guy on that tram who would have killed that guy before he got off of it. I would have took the knife off him and stabbed him in his neck. Only me. No one else did.
Very
so
macho.
It takes a bad guy to beat a bad guy.
Very macho of you, but what you're basically inferring is that she brought this on herself.
No, what I'm inferring
is
that society was built to protect women. And when you protect something, you must restrict something. We have taken that restriction, we've taken that protective instinct, conflated it into subjugation. You did it at the beginning of this questioning. You tried to say
when you remove a woman's right to vote, when you remove a woman's right to work and vote, and all these other things, you are reducing women to your chattel.
The society we live in now, women are permanent prey every single time they leave the house because of all of these liberal, femme-minded,
and why do you think
girl feels, girl boss,
and why
Netflix,
do you think
Piers Morgan,
and what
bullshit,
and why do you think and Andrew Tate, why do you think it is that people think you're a misogynist?
Nobody thinks that.
You don't understand why, do you? You can't even get it as you spew this stuff.
Oh, I understand that there's weaponized virtue. I understand that.
Oh, it's not weaponized virtue.
I understand, sir.
You don't believe in women's rights.
I understand the
you
same
don't believe in women's
rights.
Refuse
to report on this woman dying. Say I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, but you're trying to portray yourself.
I just don't care.
You're trying to portray. Okay,
corrupt.
Stop shouting. You're trying to portray yourself as the savior of women, but you at the same time.
No, I'm not.
Time you want to remove all their rights. You're a despicable misogynist. That's all you are.
What I'm trying to say to you is that protection comes with a degree of restriction. That is the basic premise of protection.
They can't work. They can't have meaningful jobs.
You're going to say that the media is saying I'm a misogynist.
What can women do in your world? What can women do in your world, Andrew?
It's the same media who won't even report about this poor girl's killing.
Never mind poor girl. What about the way you're talking about women?
Liars.
What about the way you're talking about women?
How am I talking about them? I'm saying that women voting and women not listening to men or letting men protect them or female judges put us in this position. That is true.
You think women should be
a man's job?
You think women should stay at home, do you?
And if we
women
do
should
that,
stay at home,
have a degree of control. Piers, should
women stay at home, Andrew?
What time to be home? Is it because I'm a horrible misogynist and I subjugate them?
Should
or is
women?
It because I care about them?
Do you believe that women should stay at home and just be?
I asked you a question and you've asked a lot.
No, I'm asking you the question.
I tell my daughters what time to be home.
I'm asking you the question.
Is it because I'm a misogynist?
You can shout as much as you want. It won't make any difference. Do you believe a woman's place is at home? No work, no job, no right to vote, no right to be in a government, no right to be a judge. Do you believe all those things?
I believe a woman has a different set of skills than a man. And I believe that when it comes to the protection of society, and society is primarily the protection of women and children, that is the duty of men. Decisions around that, e.g. judge, should be made by men. Enforcement, e.g. police, should be made by men. And the best prevention, the best cure is to avoid something happening in the first place. Therefore, restrictions should be made by a man who cares about the woman. That is why my daughters have a curfew. Not because I'm a misogynist, not because I want to subjugate them, not because I'm an evil person, because I care about them and I love them and I protect them by keeping them away from possible scenarios instead of having trying to run in like Rambo when the scenario's already begun.
The thing that Piers Morgan does not understand about what Andrew Tate is trying to say is simply look at the results. If you're going to argue for women's rights and ignore the results of what came after, then explain to me what good are women's rights really? I mean, if you're going to say, hey, they have the right to do this, and then everything just absolutely goes to hell, and feminism goes rampant, and girl bosses are everywhere, and they can't find men, and they treat men like crap because they have no respect for them anymore, while all the while making terrible choices, putting themselves in harm's way because they don't have a man around to protect them and give them that alternate perception. Like he's just ignoring everything that has occurred as a result of feminism and women's rights. So I'm sorry, like I can't get on board because I'm with the party that's actually trying to save society, trying to protect women, save our cities, save our, population from depopulation, save marriages, save, the whole dating market. And that's the thing that Piers Morgan doesn't get is that feminism only focuses on its side of the aisle. It does not care about men. While men, we are the ones who prop up civilization and care and protect and provide for women. But thanks for watching. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about what Andrew Tate had to say, wrecking Piers Morgan feministic worldview. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.